Good morning, beloveds. Yesterday was a really long day. I got up, went to the park, went to the Renaissance Festival, and then went to the Pride Show at the center. So it was good. And then today, I got up and went to the gym, and now I'm doing this, and I'm gonna go to the center for service, and then I'm gonna come home and take a nap. So, all right, it is November 12th. Our title is Today I Forgive Myself. Today I forgive myself. Oh, wait. Our author is Mary A. Tumpkin. Before You Pray, Forgive, page 12, and this is from 2005. All right. Today I forgive myself for all of the mistakes that I've made in the past. I even forgive myself for all of the mistakes I may make in the future. I release all feelings of guilt or shame about sometimes missing the mark as I strive to be all that God intends for me to be. Now I understand that every experience is an opportunity for me to learn and grow. I see that unless I had gone where I have been, I would not be all that I am today. So I thank you, God, for this revelation. I leave my past behind me and press forward to claim the healthy and happy, prosperous life that awaits me. And that's it. That's all Mary has to say. And it's one of those things that it's super important, and yet, because we talk about forgiveness work a lot, and I will even say Jesus said, Jesus, I seem to be quoting Jesus a lot lately, but maybe it's the authors. If you have a problem with your brother, go and deal with that before you come to the altar. It's like, don't come to the altar with pain in your heart. And so if you have pain in your heart about mistakes you've made, then forgive yourself. I grew up Catholic, and Catholics are big into guilt and shame. Big into guilt and shame. And to a degree, a lot of the religions are definitely into guilt and shame. It's one of the ways that they keep us in line. So that's one of the things about New Thought, is New Thought was like, you know what, we don't need the guilt and the shame. It's like, yeah, everybody makes mistakes, and we acknowledge that. I mean, we're not by any means saying everybody's perfect. Actually, we do say everybody's perfect. We just acknowledge, because perfect means whole. Everything's included, including the mistakes. So everybody makes mistakes. And when we make mistakes, what her idea is that we grow and learn. We can't be who we are if we haven't been where we've been. And so the mistakes that we made are part of that. And I'm a big believer that the only time you truly fail is when you stop trying. It's like, if you make a mistake and it doesn't go well, then you've learned from that and you'll do something different next time. And that's the ultimate goal. It's like, we're gonna make mistakes. Like, there was no manual. We weren't issued this is how to have a human life guide when we got here. And frequently our parents were doing the best that they could, and as Maya Angelou says, when you know better, you do better. So you got to learn, and you got to learn from the mistakes. And so that's what she's talking about. It's like, look, everybody's going to make mistakes. There's no point in holding the mistakes against each other. There's no point in holding the mistakes against ourselves. And I like that she said, and I'm going to forgive myself for the mistakes that I'm going to make in the future. As good as I am, I still make mistakes. Or as good as I think as good as I think myself to be, I still make mistakes. And so when I make mistakes, I make amends. It's like, and I clean up my mess. So, and really just take care of whatever it is. And then I learn from it, and I don't do it again. It's like, generally I only have to make a mistake once, before I'm like, okay, that didn't work out the way I expected to. So let me do something a little different next time. And sometimes I need to do something a lot different. And sometimes I just need to do a 180 and just go a completely different direction. But it's extremely important. Guilt and shame are two of the emotions that can really hold us back from whatever it is that we want to do. And so it's helpful to have that in, if you're going to go into treatment for something that you really want, maybe you want to look at your feelings of unworthiness first, and forgive yourself for those, and then go into the treatment with a fresh heart. And that may be the most effective way that we can do this. Mary certainly is very, and it's a real short. She's like, I don't have to belabor this point. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself and move on. Forgive yourself and move on, because, there is a happy, prosperous life that waits for you if you can get past the guilt and shame and see it. So, that's the mission today. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to release all feelings of guilt and shame about missing the mark. Sometimes missing the mark. You probably don't miss the mark as often as you think you do. Like I said, society, religion, culture is kind of built on that guilt and shame. So that is the mission today. Especially if you're going to go in to do treatment work for yourself or for somebody else. It's like, okay, let's lay out the cards, and is there anything I need to forgive myself for? And then let me do that, and then I can go into the treatment with a clean heart, which was a phrase that somebody said to me, and I was like, oh, that's a nice way to put it, a clean heart. So that I would say you have your mission. You have your mission. It's a very short reading, but a very powerful idea to forgive yourself, and to recognize that the best thing that you can do with anytime you've missed a mark, is 1, make amends, 2, clean up your mess, and learn from it. Learn from it. That's how we keep growing, is learning from it. And then we can truly grow into that prosperous and happy life that's waiting for us. Whew. Like I said, I need a nap. All right. The human equivalent of turning yourself off and on again, which is the next mission. Then the second part of the mission, I give you the mission from whatever the reading is, and the other part of the mission is the spiritual practice of self-care. To do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever it looks like. A big thing, a small thing, 3 things, all things. Ideally, eventually, you get to where everything you do for yourself and others is loving, kind, and compassionate. That's the ultimate goal. And I say that you are your own best test subject, and I'm encouraging you to create a habit. I'm encouraging you to create a first response, where your first response is going to be loving, kind, and compassionate, because it works better. It works better when you respond lovingly, kindly, and compassionately, especially to a mistake. Especially to a mistake. Hi, baby. What you doing? Your claws are too much for that. Okay? Oh, yeah, your claws are very pointy. Do that loving, kind, and compassionate thing for you. And I always like to remind you that one of the best things that you can do that is loving, kind, and compassionate is take a deep breath before you speak, especially to yourself. It's a good idea, because we get really good about guilting ourselves and shaming ourselves, and I would also remind you that no is a complete sentence, and yes, say no to things that are draining for you, and you don't have to explain why. You can just say no, and then don't feel guilty about it. Okay? You can also say yes to something that you really want to do, and not feel guilty about it if it takes the place of other things. You are allowed to arrange your life in ways that are good for you. So that's some other things, that you can do. You can also take a nap, take a walk, take a break, take a I don't know what I was about to say there. The cat immediately distracted me by being cute. Spend some time cuddling with fur babies. Call somebody that you hadn't talked to in a while. Those are loving, kind, and compassionate things that you can do for yourself. And when I say, call somebody that isn't going to guilt you or shame you, since that's what we're talking about today. And make regular trips to the source of your own being. You know, that's, again, loving, compassionate, kind, so that you're plugged into that infinite source. Like I said, I would like everything you do for yourself to be loving, kind, and compassionate. Everything you do for other people to be loving, kind, and compassionate. Well, the good news is you can plug into an infinite source of that and let that come through you, not from you. And that way it doesn't exhaust you. So, and that is part of it. I also want to remind you that one of the other things that I say in self-care is to eat dessert first. One, I believe that chocolate's the first step to fixing anything. And two, it's about not saving the good stuff. Going out of your way to make the ordinary extraordinary a little more often. We tend to save all of our fancy dishes and all of that stuff and fancy clothes for like holidays. And it's like, well, why can't we just break it out on a random Tuesday? Not necessarily every Tuesday, but every now and again. And just really have a celebration. We never know how long we're going to be here. So try it. You might like it. Okay. I also, the rest of the suggestions are basic and easy. Why do I suggest this the spiritual practice of self-care? One, habit. 2, test subject. 3, you can't pour from an empty cup. 4, you deserve your own love. You deserve your own kindness. You deserve your own compassion. You should not feel guilty about taking care of yourself. And you should not feel guilty about taking care of yourself first. As I said, can't pour from an empty cup. All right. The rest of the suggestions are basic. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you. I did go to the gym today. He made me do lots of squats, and I hate them, and I understand why they're necessary. He also, and I suggest drinking plenty of water. Hydration is super important. I did bring my water with me today. Mostly because I forgot that I had it when I got out of the shower and I need to drink it. I do encourage you to get that early in your day bright light. It is overcast and it's going to be like that for the next 2. It was dreary yesterday and will be for 2 more days. Artificial light will help too. I'm just talking about 5 to 10 minutes of bright light on your face and forearms. When you can get sunlight between 7 and 9, it helps with your vitamin D, and that's super important for a whole lot of things. But if you don't have access to sunlight because it's dreary or you get up before the crack of dawn, artificial light will help too. If you need more support than just the regular light in your house, Google sun lamp or seasonal effect disorder lights. At this point, you can just buy light bulbs that you can screw into a light you already have. So you don't have to lay out a bunch of money. So, all right. Hydrate. No, I already said that. Your body works better. Your brain works better. Your skin looks better. Okay. So I'm at the Ernest Holmes quote. Open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven. Right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. So how can I get away with saying that? Because I believe that there is one source. That source is God. Everything is made by God, of God, for God. So that means that heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. It can be any place we are. And that is what changes that state of mind from a gift of grace to a superpower. If heaven can be anywhere you are by you changing your mind and forgiving yourself of guilt and shame is a whopping big step towards that. Okay? Letting go of guilt and shame and learning from your mistakes is a whopping big step towards that. So I commend that to you. Just let all of that go. Learn from your mistakes. It's like we don't want to repeat them, so we want to learn from them, but we don't want to carry them with us forever. That is called excess baggage. And I'm not going to pay the baggage fees on that. So, I've already let a whole lot of it go. Am I 100% done? No. Do I have a little bit more I could probably let go of? I'm sure. As a woman, I have a tendency to not just say no. I have a tendency to over-explain and then let myself get talked into things I don't want to do. So, I'm still working on it. I'm a work in progress, just as you are. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So remember that state of mind. Heaven is a state of mind. Once you learn to create it for yourself, you become an island of peace. You become a safe place where people can rest. And that is one of the best gifts that we can give the world, is to be a safe space, a safe harbor where people can rest for a moment before they learn to create their own. Okay, I can't walk your path for you, but I can hold my light up so you can see where to put your feet. Okay. All right, where was I? I don't know. I'm at the part where I get to social media, Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the Running River Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I thoroughly encourage you to check all that out. It was amazing. And we do fun things. And so if you want to know what's going on, fun things, because we had, like I said, we had a Pride show last night and it was fantastic. And if you want to know about stuff like that, then get on our constant contact. Email info@creativelife.org. That'll be that constant contact. That'll get you on the mailing list so that you'll know what's going on even when I don't. And the hot links are hot. If there is if it says click here now, it'll either take you right to the information you want or the person that can help you get it. All right. Whew, deep breath, and I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a forgive yourself day, a go towards the happy and prosperous life that awaits you day, a let go of guilt and shame day, a learn something day, a take care of yourself day, a take care of business day, a rest day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You're enough, just as you are. You're a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased and well represented. Know the truth of your being. All right? Explore the truth of your being. I talk about society, culture, and religion a lot because they tend to put a lot of stuff on us. And they're really big at labeling us and putting us in boxes that we don't fit into. So peel all of that off, just shed all those labels and boxes and get to know who you really are. Go to the source of your being, get to know who God knows you to be. Because I can promise you that person, really cool. And really good. So get to know that person. All right, beloveds. I am going to remind you that Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. today. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. And since I have to go to work, I should be a lot closer to 9 a.m. than I was today. The shower just felt really good today. So take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. Oh, it's Sunday. We'll have a service for you at 11, which is, less than an hour away. So I guess I better get moving. I gotta go eat breakfast. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.